Welcome back. We got something a little different today. The folks over at QRD sent over a controller for a review. The Spark N5 Wireless. And this isn't just another third-party controller you just give to your little brother to play with. No, it's actually a little bit more, and for a good price. But first, I'm Ed, and this is my Tech Talk. So the Spark N5 Wireless is a controller made to have universal compatibility across the PS4, PS3, PC, and mobile. It also works on the PS5, but QRD says it was designed to work with all PS4 games in mind, so you might have some compatibility issues on some PS5 titles. When you open the Spark N5 box, you get the controller, a USB-C cable, the mobile phone holder, and the operating instructions. This controller being based on the PS4 DualShock, you'll get all the buttons that any PS4 controller would have. Your share button, option, touchpad, and the built-in speaker and headphone jack. The controller either uses a USB-C or Bluetooth connection to work across all platforms mentioned before. But do keep in mind, I do recommend using a USB-C connection, as you can notice some input latency when you use the Bluetooth mode. You'll notice the shape of the controller is more of an Xbox shape too, which I like, as the old PS4 controller just felt way too small. The joysticks remain in the same spot as the PS4 and PS5, but QRD added a couple things to it. First, they added non-removable dual macro paddle to the back of the controller, which allows you to set up a combination of buttons. So you can program it to switch weapons faster or execute special move combos with just a click of a button. I can see this being super useful in games like Helldivers 2 with the stratagems being so much combinations. It comes with 8 single color breathing modes or your standard RGB rainbow effect. They also added a turbo button which offers a x8, x15, and x25 speed if you're into that type of thing. Simply hold the button and push the right stick up or down for your desired speed. It also has motor vibration control without the need of opening any other application. Simply hold the turbo button and push the left stick up or down for more or less vibration. It also has a feature to switch between D input or X input, which means you can either have a PlayStation button layout or an Xbox button layout. So for people that use this on PC, it can be super useful in emulated games. And lastly, a 6-axis gyroscope for games that do utilize that feature. Just like you should utilize that like and subscribe button, as it helps support my channel to bring you more content. Now, enough of the boring stuff. Let's talk about why I do like this controller so much. The Spark N5 comes with Hall effect joysticks and triggers. And for those that who don't know what Hall effect sensors are, basically they use magnets and electrical conductors to measure the position, distance, and movement of the joysticks. But because it uses magnets, it basically eliminates the chances of getting stick drift on your controller, so no more of your guy always drifting to one side due to an old faulty stick. So I want to show you what the stick drift I'm talking about is, and actually why the difference is between this Hall effect and a normal controller is. So we'll notice that our axes on both joysticks, both X and Y, are all the same. Always going to be the same because it's electrical inducted. It's how it measures the distance and stuff like that. So when we do our test of circularity, we get an average error of 2.9. Now, watch when we switch over to my Xbox controller. Over on my Xbox controller, you see just me picking it up, moving around. It actually is moving our numbers on the screen because, like I said, my joysticks are just far gone. But when we do our test of circularity on this, my errors are a lot higher than that. And it's because it uses just standard potentiometers. This controller really does the job, all for the price of $48.99 USD. Like, I hate that I own an Xbox Series 2 controller, which cost me $200+, brand new about 2 years ago, and that already suffers from stick drift, and that didn't even come with Hall effect sensors. But now let's talk about some things I don't like about the Spark N5, because I do have some. I don't like the RGB modes that it comes with, And this might be more of a personal preference, but I would rather prefer solid color modes. I did mention this to QRD before filming the video, and they did say they'll look into see if they can add it as an option in an update. So if they get back to me before I'm finished editing this, I'll drop a link below, but maybe we can get that as an option later on too. I'm also not a fan of the back paddle, not being able to be removed as well. As a person that doesn't really use it, it kind of just gets in the way of your natural grip, so you kind of just have to adjust to it. And like I said, I own the Series 2 controller, so that comes with 4 paddles that I don't even use. And lastly, the button decals they chose to use, and I know this sounds dumb to be complaining about, but I'm just not a fan of these crosshair style looking buttons. Wish they went with just normal buttons for the PS4 layout. Overall, the Spark N5 wireless controller delivers exceptional performance across various platforms, making it a worthy contender for your gaming setup. It has worked well for me in titles like Rocket League and Overwatch 2, plus God of War Ragnarok and Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. Its affordability and innovative features, such as the Hall effect sensors, make it such a standout choice. So if you're in the market for a new reliable controller that won't break the bank, give the Spark N5 a try. I know I replaced my Xbox Elite Series 2 controller for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.